Alright, this is a 10 things about me. I was tagged by Trapper Cody, and if y'all aren't familiar with his channel, go check him out. He's got some good videos on there. But, thanks for tagging me there, Cody. So I'm going to try not to bore you guys, and I'll try to go through this pretty fast. Yeah, I had to write them down because, memory's not that great. Anyway, 10 things about me. Here goes. Number one. Some of you all might know this. I am a writer. I have published one novel and a collection of short stories, and that's the novel's The Vulnerable Gods. It's a sci-fi horror novel. It's available on Amazon if you want a decent read. And then the other, the collection of short stories is Paroxysm of Fear, Volume 1, and that's on Amazon too. Anyway, now on to number two. I served in the military, 12 years in the National Guard and Reserves. The highlight of those was, I made a lot of great friends. That was cool. But I spent a month in Ecuador, 3 weeks of that in the jungle, living in Tent City, and I worked with the Border Patrol out in California during one summer camp, and got to do a bit of traveling, and overall, I had a great time. And the reason why I got out on a medical. But, that's another story. Number three about me. I play video games. I don't know how many people my age, I'm 53, are into video games, but I do play them. Me and my wife both. Our favorites are Skyrim, and then I like the Fallout series. And of course I play sports games. NHL is one of my favorites. Number four. Believe it or not, I have a college degree. It's an associate's degree in arts. I did transfer to a state university and was pursuing a degree in education, and then I switched my major to English. And between working, going to school, and trying to raise kids, it got to be a bit much, so I'm also a college dropout. So there's a 2-for-1 on that one. Number five, I grew up in a mining town. That's where I spent the majority of my childhood, so, coal mine was originally, what I planned on going into, but it just never worked out that way. All my family worked in the mines and so forth and so on. So. Now, number six, I'm a grandfather. I have 4 grandkids, Matt, Drew, little Griffey, and Embry. So, yep, I'm a grandfather, and a proud one. Number 7, I am a hockey fan. Detroit Red Wings. Actually, one time I was in Nashville to watch the Red Wings and the Predators play, and I was checking into the Hilton down there, and somebody was asking the guy at the desk there's a question or two, and I turned around and it was Brendan Shanahan. Now, I said, "Hello, Shanahan, how you doing?" And he just smiled, and obviously they had a game, and like I said, I spoke to Brendan Shanahan. He didn't speak back. He just smiled, kind of nodded, and, walked off. So that was kind of cool. Number 8, I am a trapper. A lot of people have problems with that, and they can't understand how I can raise animals and then also, be a trapper. But if you live out here where I live, if you don't trap predators, you're not going to have farm animals very long. So I trap around my place. I go other places and trap and try to help folks out, and trust me, there are plenty of coyotes, bobcats, and foxes around, so there's no shortage of those. So I am a trapper. Number 9, I'm a hunter. I hunt, you name it, deer, turkey, whatever is in season. I don't, for the most part, do any trophy hunting. Now, don't get me wrong. If a 16, 18-point buck shows up, I will down it and put it on the dinner table. But the reason why I hunt is to put food on the table. So, like I said, I have nothing against trophy hunting. More power to those folks. But with me, it's putting food in the freezer and on the table. And number 10, I consider myself a Renaissance man. And that is because, like a lot of us outdoorsmen, we are more than hunters, trappers, fishermen, stuff like that. You know, I drew and have done different types of carpentry, you know, pretty much anything to do with the house I've done. I'm also a writer, like I mentioned, and I've done some other things that I'm not going to go into because everybody's going to go, oh, you're just trying to be macho or whatever. But to make a long story short, I have been in the ring, just tough man contest. Didn't do all that well, but you know, I had 7 fights, so I don't know how many people out there can say that. But and you know, like I said, there's the other things that I've done. If you don't know what a Renaissance man is, look it up, and maybe you'll understand where I'm coming from. So that was my top 10, and I tried to do it without, you know, sounding like I was bragging or whatever. But I'll just tell you, you know, for somebody with not a lot of financial means, and that is on me because I chose to live back in here. I've had a fantastic life. I've went places, I've met people, I've done some things that other people just, you know, dream about doing. So, and like I said, I'm happy with the way my life has gone up to this point. And I guess I'm supposed to tag somebody, so I'm going to tag Lee Ralph. So, Lee, if you watch this, tell us 10 things about yourself. Thanks, y'all.